Hello, my fellow flicksters. Welcome to my first YouTube movie review. I am Irving. I am from the Geeky Boy. I'm the most geekiest boy in the world. There's no argument to that. But today, as I said, I'm going to be reviewing a movie, and it's going to be called Promising Young Woman. It came out last Christmas. It was directed by Fennell, starring Carey Mulligan and Bo Burnham. Very fun cast, very different scenery and all that kinds of stuff. So let's get into Synopsis. The film of Promising Young Woman tells a story of a girl named Cassandra that experiences a trauma in her college days about her friend. Because of this trauma, she has a sort of double life where she hunts down men in clubs pretending to be drunk. She does it so that other girls can avoid what happened to her friend, avoiding the same experience she had. She goes to their places, and we can only imagine what she does to them when she reveals to be sober, or at least what we get shown in the film. There's also a heartfelt romance scene with Cassandra and Ryan, who are the leads of the movie. The film gets deep into her personal life, and towards the end of the film, we get to encounter the antagonist, who was somebody we were also leading up to the film. And they took a very different approach with what I thought they would do in those last 15 minutes of the film. So let's get into the good. And the best thing about this film, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, but it is the best thriller rom-com, or at least I think it's the best film of the year. It has a very original concept. It tells a pretty promising story. The lead actress of the film, Carey Mulligan, as I already said before, she's really good at playing this like really broken and hopeless character in life. And I think whenever you play a character like that, it's just so different and like it's just so appealing to me. Like, I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if she got nominated for an Oscar. Also, Bo Burnham, my bad, I'm mispronouncing his name, plays such a mesmerizing and charismatic character that he found super appealing to see. I mean, I would always love to see him in screen. He would always pop up with some funny joke, and I guess he's just one of the best parts of the film. And I don't think he's a very good competitor for the Oscars, but he works. For the most part, I think that the supporting cast is actually good. All of them look like they're acting top tier. Something different that I didn't think they were going with this film is that they added this little cute romantic dynamic with the characters of Ryan and Cassandra, who are the leads, played by Carey Mulligan and Bo Burnham, of course. And I just found that very cute. I mean, I wasn't expecting them to do this, but I mean, it works. And there's this really like fun and iconic scene, which I hope gets, or at least not gets, but ages well, where they're both at like a pharmacy, dancing to the song Stars Are Blind. That song's just been on loop. Fortunately though, their dynamic does get executed, and I mean, it plays okay, and that's why I put it in the good, because I couldn't really decide whether I disliked like towards both of them. I couldn't decide whether I liked the way this was like described or written. But yeah, it executes pretty heartbreaking, and I think it adds emotion and drama to the film. And overall, I mean, in terms of both of them, they both have really good chemistry, and I wouldn't mind seeing them in any other projects with them together. Because the movie is brought up by Cassandra's point of view, we can sympathize with her character and the way her trauma is significant to her role and her actions in life. Did a really good job with color usage. There was these like really very cool indie colors that would appear throughout our main character. Like, she would wear the nail polish, or she would have like a little bracelet, or I mean, from the trailers, if you guys seen the trailers, her hair is like bluish, purple, pink, whatever y'all guys want to call it. And I mean, I think that was a really cool way of like bringing color into the story. There's many like twists and turns throughout the film that make this film feel just so captivating. When we get through the end of the film, where we finally meet the antagonist, you start to realize how unpredictable this film just was. I mean, there were so many scenes where like you didn't realize they weren't gonna go this way, but they ended up going that way. And those last 15 minutes were something just so different that I've seen in cinema. I didn't even think this film would go with this direction. Overall, I thought that this film was really good in terms of the good side, but were a little few nitpicks that I wanted to call out, and this is where we get into the bad. What I really disliked about this film was how this film just portrays as every men in the world are bad, or at least in the film, or in Cassandra's point of view. Every guy had to be bad, except for obviously Cassandra's dad, because what is there to blame him for in the film? even with Ryan, who was the least douchiest guy in the movie, the whole twist about him was that he ended up just being a bad guy, and I didn't like that because I was very attached to the character. And so when they made us have, they try to make us feel no sympathy towards him at the end. I also feel like this film should have had more of those hunting scenes that we don't really get to see a full like scene of. They were like cut out when something like intense was what's about to happen. So all that tension that was leading up towards those like scenes where she's about to do something, it kind of just like, it's just kind of there. It's like, wow, you're just gonna leave us like that and not show us what happens? That's basically it. I mean, this movie's just perfect. Overall, that's real quick. I think this film has a lot of potential for the Oscars. Best Picture, Best Actress, Carey Mulligan. I could see any of that happening. It's a unique story. It's great. It's promising, as the trailers showed us. But honestly, this film is just in my top 10 movies of like all time, and it's my favorite movie of 2020. So I mean, I highly recommend this film if you're just like right now, watch it right now. So my score on this film is gonna be an A+. It's a 10 out of 10, obviously. It's superior and good. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, turn off that notification bell. And if this video can get to 20 likes, I will be making more videos. And if you want to see more content like this, please comment down below anything, really anything. I just don't care. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Remember, geeks never wear Supreme. And for legal purposes, Supreme is just a word, not a brand.